All right, and welcome back to Network Like a Pro. It's time for another new segment that we have called The Right Life with Khalidah J. Hunter. How you doing, Khalidah?
I'm good. How are you today, Raymond?
I'm great. What have you got for us today?
Today on The Right Way, we have our first guest. This is Tracy. Say hi, Tracy.
Hi, how you doing?
And she's a fellow author, and she's going to talk about her 2 publications that she has published. So first we're going to start off with, what inspired you to write stories based on your experiences?
I'd have to say that they really, some of it was based off of my experience. I write fiction. I would have to say that this story was inspired by my wife. I would say it's our story, but very loosely based.
Okay. So you would say your biggest inspiration is your relationship?
I'd have to say my wife is.
Okay. How long have you guys been together?
14 years.
14 years. Okay. Tell us a little bit about the book and what impact you hope to achieve. I know that you said it's loosely based on your life. Do you feel like this is an inspiration to anyone else?
What I really feel my book is about is the title, A Breath in Time.
Okay.
It's that moment, whether it's good or bad, when it happens. It doesn't happen when you want it to happen. It happens when it's supposed to happen.
Well, she's actually the author of 2 books. So she has the one book, A Breath in Time, and
My first book was
Servicing a Millionaire. Yeah, Servicing the Rich. Tell us a little bit about that book.
Servicing the Rich. Actually, I had stopped writing for a long time, and my wife is the one that encouraged me relentlessly to start writing again. So one night I just sat down and I just was going to write a short story, and it ended up being the first chapter of my first book.
How does this business venture, the second book, tie into what your overall business goals are?
Really, I just want people to read my book. So what I have found is that networking is the key to everything.
Yes. You're one person away from meeting somebody that
It's true.
can help you. Do you think that it was easier or harder to complete the projects?
I think that writing for me is the easiest part. I would say the hardest part is editing, which can be very cruel. But as long as it's constructive criticism, I can take it. I would say the hardest thing is actually uploading your book into book format on the computer for publishing.
Yes.
That to me would be the hardest part of it all. I would just like to do the writing part,
Yeah.
But that's not how it happens.
Of course. How long did it take you to complete your project?
The first book only took me 6 months. The second one, since I was trying to plug the first one, took me a little bit longer. But I'd say probably about 10 months from beginning to end.
Okay, and are you a self-publisher?
I am.
Okay, do you think that that's easier? Do you think that's more productive towards what you're trying to do versus going with a big name publisher?
For me, I think it's a personal thing for everybody, but for me, I think self-publishing was the best way to go for me, just because I didn't have to have somebody tell me to change some of the content in my book. I could pick my own artwork for my cover, and one of the setbacks of doing it yourself is that marketing is completely on you. Nobody else is going to do it. You have to do it.
Do you believe that traditional marketing like print and radio and commercials is easy, it makes you more money, I should say, versus social media? Do you think that you garner a lot of business from your social media?
I would say the social media is the best thing ever if you're trying to promote a book or any kind of artwork that you do. I will say that a friend of mine, his name's Rich Fredericks, he's part of a band called Seven Stone, a very popular, successful band around Atlantic City in South Jersey. He gave me the best advice anybody could ever give me. Get on Twitter, get on social media. He says, make a Twitter account, try to follow some people in the same genre as you, writers in the same genre, and start to plug their book, retweet some of their work. Eventually, they'll see your name enough that they'll start to retweet your things. And I have found that it's taken some time, but if you have some patience, it's working out for me. That's been the best advice I could have gotten.
Is there any advice that you would like to share with any up-and-coming authors or future authors or people that are thinking about writing a story?
I would encourage anyone to pick up a pen and start writing. If you had any experiences in your life, which all of us do, I would definitely suggest that. And I would say don't give up. Don't give up and be patient. Patience is a real virtue.
Do you have any events coming up that people can come and see you and maybe get a copy of the book?
Presently I don't,
Okay.
but with the third book that I'm working on right now, I intend to have a book signing for that and my other 2 books at the same time.
Okay. And how can people find you or find you if they want to do a speaking event or have you vend or something like that?
Presently I'm working on trying to get a website going, but for now I'm on Facebook. My page is Novels by T.L. Dickerson, and I'm on Twitter at Tracy the Author.
Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to share with us today?
No, I'm just very thrilled to be here, and thank you very much for the opportunity.
No, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
And that's it. With The Right Life with Khalidah J. Hunter.
Okay, one more thing before we let you go, Khalidah. How can people get in contact with you?
Oh, if you're interested on being on a segment, you can find me on Facebook. I'm Khalidah Hunter. You can find me on Instagram. I'm Kali, Kali_Writes, WRITES. Or you can send me an email at KhalidahHunter@gmail. It's KHALIDAHHUNTER@gmail.com.
Great, thank you.